Hey everyone, it's Danielle back with another video. So today I have another TBR jar video for you. So just like last time, I have my friend Stitch here and we are going to pick out a book from Stitch's bowl and it's on the shelf somewhere, and then you'll see clips of me reading it. So, all right, let's go. All right, so I'm gonna reach in to the Stitch bowl. All right, I have one selected, and we are going to be reading. Ooh, Vengeance of the Pirate Queen. So that is right there, that blue one, and it is the third book in a series. But the first two have to do with each other, and this one is about one of the side characters in that book. So I'm really excited to read that. Let's do her. Okay, so this is what the book looks like. First of all, the sprayed edges are phenomenal. So this follows the assassin from the first two books named Serinda. And so I'm really excited to read about her story. The first two books I have already read. If you want my thoughts and review, they are on our TikTok now. So definitely go and check them out. And then Tricia actually ended up reading Daughter of the Pirate Queen. No, Daughter of the Pirate King during our 24-hour readathon. So if you want some of our thoughts on this series by Tricia Levenseller, check that out. One of my favorite things about this book is the map at the front. This is a special edition off of Amazon. So, Amazon for the win. And then this is the front cover without the dust jacket, and then, of course, an up close of the sprayed edges. All right, let's get into it. All right, so I'm about 10% of the way through the book. So we have met Serinda. Serinda is best friends with Alasa. She was Alasa's first mate. Alasa is the main character of the first two books. I'm gonna try and not be super spoilerly. I don't think I will, just because apparently from what I've read, this book is separate from the other two. Like Alasa is in it, but she's not like the main character. So basically, Alasa is a pirate captain who runs her own pirate crew that's completely full of women. She has obtained some male pirate crew members, but it's very like women empowered. Um, so, right now, Alasa has sent some of her female pirate crew members to sneak on board another ship, and they have gone missing. They were sent on like this voyage to, I don't think they said the place. I know it's one of the places on the map. Uh, I think it's called Drifta. I don't know yet. We haven't been told the place, but based on the map, that's what I'm thinking. And basically, they've gone missing. She hasn't heard from them. So she's basically sending Serinda, one of the male pirate people named Kieran, and a whole group of people to go and find this ship and these people. So right now, Serinda is just getting ready to go do that, and this is her first time being a captain because she's always been first mate. So we're kind of seeing her, like, becoming a captain, and it's interesting because it's like when you're starting a new job or you get promoted or something, and you're like super nervous about it, and like your friends are supporting you. Like her friends bought her like a captain's coat, and her friend Alasa is bought her or like gave her a whole ship. So it's really cute to see that like friendship. Sorry, you're sitting on top of my Stitch pillow. It's really cute to see that whole friendship forming right now in this book. So I'm really excited. I am really excited to get back into this world. I loved these books when I read them originally. So yeah, I'm excited to see where we go. I forgot to mention, so Kieran and Serinda know each other from the first two books, but Serinda doesn't like Kieran, and Kieran's like basically madly in love with her. So it's interesting. He's like, "Oh my gosh, like it was your birthday? Happy birthday!" And she's just like, "Don't wish me a happy birthday." So that's really funny to see happening. So now they're on a ship together, and they don't have like Kieran was good friends with the main male character of the first two books, Ryden, and obviously Serenda's best friends with Alasa, and so they don't have and Alasa and Ryden are together, which that's a bit of a spoiler. So sorry about that. Um, And oh, sorry, future editing, Trisha. I'm sorry. I don't know if you've read the second book yet. My bad. Anyway, so, or does that happen in the first one? I don't know. But basically, they don't have those two people here buffering, like her, like having none of his ish, and him basically fawning all over her. So I'm excited to see where that goes. Okay, so it is much later in the week. I actually ended up getting sick the last time I sat down to read Vengeance of the Pirate Queen was Sunday. And then I ended up, yeah, just not feeling well. I had actually stayed home from work one of the days this week. It was a crazy busy work week, so I didn't get to read a lot. So I apologize if I sound a little bit sick, but I am on the mend, which is awesome. And I was able to sit down and read. I am now 30% of the way through the book. I'm on page 105. First off, I really like these books and their kind of nod to Pirates of the Caribbean. The book opened with a quote from Jack Sparrow that says, "If you were waiting for the opportune moment, that was it." And it says, from Captain Jack Sparrow, Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. So I do know that these books, they aren't based off of the movies, but they're very similar in some ways. And the chapter I just finished, they just fought a kraken, like the giant octopus monster thing. And I thought it was really funny because, not funny, that sounds awful, but I thought it was really funny because Serinda called it the Beastie, which is what Jack Sparrow calls the Kraken in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. So I thought that was a really fun nod to the movie franchise. Also, I love Rosalind. Rosalind is an 8-year-old little girl who is the daughter of one of the pirates on Alasa's ship and has now snuck her way onto the Vengeance, which is Serinda's ship. And so that's crazy to have an 8-year-old on your ship. But now Rosalind wants to become an assassin, and Serinda's like, "Oh lordy, how do I deal with this child?" But yeah, I'm really liking it so far. Like I said, I am 30% of the way through now. And so far it's really, really good. I really like Tricia Levenseller's writing. That's who writes these books. I really like her writing, and it's really interesting. I am really curious to find out what the like mystery is going to be. So they're going to hook up with, or trying to hook up with, the king ships that Alasa's pirates are on, and pirates are disappearing. And so now they've met the Kraken. They think that that's how they're disappearing, but I'm wondering if it's something else. I don't know. Because I feel like if a Kraken is attacking ships, it's not just going to randomly take somebody, like a single person, off the ship. Right? Like, I feel like it's going to attack the rest of the ship. That's my theory. I feel like it's something else is at play here, not just a Kraken. So, I'm really curious to see what happens. And I'm excited to read a little bit more. Okay, so I got my book. I got my breakfast, which is just a muffin. I'm not a big breakfast person. So I'm going to read for, I think, only 30 minutes, just because like I said, I have a lot that I need to film, and I want to get that out of the way. And then, yeah. So, let's see how much I can get read in 30 minutes. I'm currently on page 105. Warning to Alexa users. Alexa, set a 30-minute timer. Let's go. All right, so I am now on page 139, but I wanted to record some thoughts. So I think that, because I have some theories. So first off, at the start of the book, there is this map, and up here there is this place called Drifta. And when I started the book, I was like, oh, I think that's where they're going to. At the part of the book that I'm on, I believe that they're there. So it didn't say that it was called Drifta, but it's describing it as like there are mountains and snow-covered pines, and Kieran had to guide the ship through icebergs. And that's what that part is. So I knew that the Kraken that they came up against, I knew it couldn't be everything. So while they were getting off the ship, Serinda decided to take half of the crew with her and left the other crew, the other half on the ship. And when they were going towards the island, all of a sudden, this other ship, like this white ice-covered ship, emerged from the ice-filled waters and basically destroyed their ship. They got everybody off, thankfully. But now they're stuck on this island. I want to know, what is that ship? Who's on it? Who's trying to hurt them? And also, what is going to happen on this island? So, I'm really enthralled. Oh, I should actually face the proper way. I'm really curious. I'm really interested in what is going to happen at Drifta. Are they going to find the missing pirate ladies that Serinda is trying to find, or did they get attacked by these ice ship pirate people, or did they get eaten by the Kraken, or like what happened? And in the ice, they saw the wreckage of the ship they were searching for, the Wanderer. So where did everybody go? Did they die? Like, who are these ice pirate people? All right, I'm going to keep reading. Right now I'm 40% of the way through the book. I don't know. I'm trying to film multiple things at a time, which isn't helping. So I apologize if there are missing updates from this video. But that's where I am, or if I repeat myself. 40% of the way through the book. It's going great so far. I'm excited. Let's keep going. All right, y'all. I am at 55%, page 185. I really like this book. Honestly, I really like this whole trilogy. So we have now met... Okay, wait. I'm going to flip back through because there was a lot. So Serinda and Kieran went scouting on the island of Drifta, and they found this cave being guarded by the natives of this island. And they discovered this like underground tomb with all of these skeletons encased in ice. So they continue to look and look and look, and Serinda goes down deeper into like this cavern, and there is this man fully encased in ice, not a skeleton, but like fully skinned. And she tries to stab him, and he kisses her. Wakes up from the ice and kisses her. And somehow now they are connected to each other. And turns out he's this guy named Thrayden. Thrayden, I think that's how you say it. And he is the king of the undersea. So basically, he kissed her, and then they're like trying to run away. And then the natives capture them, and then Serinda's able to talk in their native language, and they're like, she shouldn't be able to do that, so they, like, lock her away, and they basically say that they're gonna kill her. And then somebody, like, one of the natives is interrogating Kieran and says, like, why would you try to release him? And Kieran's like, I have no idea who this guy is. Who is he? So they explain that he came to their island to find a siren artifact, decided to steal it, and basically somehow became immortal and tried to get away with it. And the sirens helped these native people to lock him away forever in ice. And he basically can control the dead. So he, like, has an army of the undead. And then they were like, we're going to lock all those people away in ice. So that's who they found, were all the undead people. But now they've released him, and now he's chosen Serinda as his mate, who can help him to not be attacked by the siren people. I don't know. I only read 3 chapters, but, like, so much I feel like was revealed in these 3 chapters. That's crazy. So, like, I don't know. And now I'm 55% of the way through, and I'm like, okay, so now it's going to happen in the second half of the book. Like, what's going to go down? Oof, I don't know. Crazy. Okay, so I will check in. I think Alasa is going to come. I really hope Alasa comes, and I think Alasa is going to help them defeat this guy. But I don't know who's bad, because Serinda has access to his memories, and it's like he's remembering that he wanted to get this siren artifact to help his sister who was dying. But is he going to be the bad guy, or are the natives going to be the bad guy? And if if Alasa comes, is she going to help them defeat the natives or the Iceman? Because it was the sirens who locked up the Iceman. So, and Alasa's a siren. I don't know. Je ne sais pas. Don't know. So we will see. We will see what happens. But that definitely took a twist that I did not see coming. That was a little bit confusing, but I think I figured it out. So basically this Iceman can control an undead army, and now they've basically raised him from the dead. Or the frozenness. That's not a good situation, I don't think. Alright. I'll see you when I have an update. Alright. So my 30 minutes has gone up. I managed to do some laundry. I want to know, what is your least favorite household chore? Mine is laundry. I hate doing laundry because I feel like it takes so long. Like, even if you just have one load, you have, like, it needs to go in the washer, then in the dryer, then you need to fold it, then you need to sort it, then you need to put it away. That's 5 steps. Whereas, like, if you're vacuuming, you vacuum for, like, 20 minutes and then you're done. And it's 1 step. Ugh, I hate laundry. Anyway, but that's okay, because I'm excited to get back to my reading. That's kind of why I find reading sprints so helpful for me on a Sunday, when I have, like, a long list of things that I want to get done. And I use, like, the reading as my reward that I can read instead of doing things that I don't want to do, but that need to get done. So there's still a lot to do. So I think I'm going to enjoy. But like I said, I am getting over being sick, and my boyfriend Josh has requested that I do not push myself as to avoid having to take any time off work this week. So it's okay. But the main things that I do want to accomplish today, I know I will get done. So I'm going to read. I'll update you on how much I get read. And then we're going to hit up the grocery store. And recently I've been liking to listen to an audiobook while I grocery shop. So I will let you know which audiobook I choose to listen to whilst I do that. All right, here we go. All right, so I am on page 236. So 70% of the way through. I am kind of flying through today, which is really exciting. I am really enjoying this book. So Thrayden Thrayden, I believe, is his name. He has captured Serinda, but not like captured. I don't know. He's saying like she's now connected to him, and he needs her to basically bind with him so that he can go and defeat the sirens, so that he can get his revenge on them. Okay. All right, so I am on page 236, which is chapter 19. There's 26 chapters in the book, so we are 70% of the way through, and we only have 7 chapters left. Right now, we have Thrayden came back. He has taken Serinda from her crew and basically told her his plan, that he needs her to bind with him so that he can defeat the sirens. Serinda realized that she does actually have more power than she originally realized, because she figured out that he needs her to be willingly binded to him, so he can't force her to bind to him. Otherwise, it won't work, I guess. Also, the place is Drifta, so I was correct. The map, this is where they are, Drifta. That is where they are, where all this is going down. Right now, Serinda has met up with the crew of the Wanderer. They finally found them. They were in this, on Drifta, on the island, and they were just trying to fight for their survival. So she has met up with them. I'm interested to see what happens now. She's separated from her crew. She left them so that Thrayden wouldn't hurt any of them. So basically right now, like, it's like, what's going to happen? Like, how is she going to get off the island? Is Alossa going to come and help her? How is she going to basically unbind from him? Very interested to see how it all works out. So yeah, so 70% of the way through. I'm very curious to see what happens in this last 30%. Very curious to see where the story takes us. If she meets up with her crew again. So I am in the middle of chapter 19, just a few pages left until chapter 20, and then just 6 more chapters. So, you know, it's interesting with these books. They always have a lot that happens in all the individual chapters, which is really cool. But then you're like, there's only 6 more chapters, what more could happen? And then they just throw a bunch of stuff at you. So it's kind of like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. It seems like there's always something happening in those movies. So very similar. All right, so I will update you the next time I have an update. All right, so we are on page 236. That brings our total page count for the day up to 131. So that is awesome. I have finished my next little 45-minute reading sprint. I am now going to go do groceries because we need groceries to eat for the week. And I always find that when we have our grocery shop done, we always have a good week. So I am going to go do that. I think I'm going to listen to an audiobook while I grocery shop, because I like doing that every now and then. Sometimes I just find it helps to be less overstimulated in the grocery store. So yeah, so I'm gonna go do that, and then I will continue this when I come back. Alright, y'all, so it is a lot later. I finished my school marking and then ended up having dinner, and then Josh came home, so I was kind of hanging out with him for a little bit. But then I just read for 45 minutes, so I am on page 292 of Vengeance of the Pirate Queen, and I am 87% of the way through, and I really would like to finish it tonight. So, I'm going to pause to go get a nice luxurious bath, because I like to do that on Sunday nights, to help me relax, and then I think I'm going to come in here and finish Vengeance of the Pirate Queen. And if we stay up a little bit late, that's okay. Yeah, so I will give you a final page count just before I fall asleep. Okay, so I have officially finished Vengeance of the Pirate Queen and wanted to give you my final thoughts. I loved diving back into this world. I am so glad that the TBR Jar picked this for me. I love, first of all, Tricia Levenseller's writing. I think it is so unique. It is so fun. I really like the whole Pirates of the Caribbean female twist. I enjoyed the, I find with her writing, it's a lot of like things thrown at you throughout the book. So it's like you never know what you're getting into, and I feel like that's very reminiscent of the movies too. It's like there's things throughout the movies and throughout these books that are thrown at you, like the ice guy. I forgot his name. Theander, I think is how you say it. That was really cool, and then like how they had the indigenous people to the land that they had to deal with too. And then they obviously you have the relationships between all the people happening. Rosalind is my favorite character. I love her. She is such a spunky kiddo that is just like, I want to be a pirate and I'm only 8 years old. Let me be a pirate. But yeah, I love her writing. With this book, like I said, I loved this whole like this guy frozen in the ice, and he comes alive because she Serinda like stabbed at his heart, and then they are like chipped away the ice, and then they became connected, and then it was like she realizes at the end of the book, she's like, crud, I have to keep this heart with me, or this like gem thing with me, because without it I'm gonna die, because now I'm connected to it. So she realizes that she has to keep it with her. So that was really, really interesting. That a cool way, I think, to end it off, that she's like, now I have this thing. There was a quote towards the end that I really liked, and it says, you can't be afraid of the dark when you're the light keeping the shadows at bay." So at the start of the book, at the very, very start, it opens with, you can't be afraid of the dark when you're the monster lurking in the shadows. So she realizes that she's not a monster. She is just someone that lives to protect the people she loves. This is going to be kind of spoilerly because as I was reading it, there were a lot of things that I loved that was revealed about Serinda's backstory. But I will try and not be super duper spoilerly. Just know that I found her backstory to be really heartbreaking and really devastating, and to carry that much guilt and that much grief all your life. Like, it really makes sense why she is the way she is. And I think it's one of those things that this story is like, when you have the main story like Daughter of the Pirate King and Daughter of the Siren Queen, where you meet this like side character that you kind of really love, you're kind of like, oh, I'd really like to know their backstory. And this, I think, did such a great job at bringing that backstory to life. Also, I love Serinda and Kieran. They are so cute, so funny, so bantery, back and forth, enemies to lovers. I love it. It's so, like, so good. So I ended up rating this a 5-star. I really liked it. I really liked the other 2 books, but like I said, so even though this is like a trilogy of books, this one is kind of standalone, but to get the backstory of Alasa, you do need to read the first ones. Alasa isn't in this a lot, but they do mention stuff that is a spoiler for the first 2 books. So I would recommend reading them in order, to be honest. Ashley and Tricia have both read the first one. They both really liked it. I know that Ashley is planning to read the second one. I don't know if Tricia has read the second one. I'm excited to see her little editing comment, like, oh yeah, I have, or nah, I haven't. I've read the other two, and now this one. I'm so excited that I've read these. These will definitely be on my favorites. And I think that even though it's kind of like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, even though you already know what the reveal is going to be, I feel like these are the kinds of books that are just fun. They're easy. They're quick reads. They're super good. Like, I feel like you could just, like, they're just good to read to pick up anytime. Even though you know, like, the twists and the turns, it feels like your favorite movie. I've got to say, that's actually a perfect way for me to describe this book. These books feel like my favorite movie. Like, I could just read them again and again. And I love when that happens. Because there are books where I feel like, yeah, I enjoyed it while I was reading it, but it's probably just going to sit on the shelf. This, I feel like I could pick these up again and might pick them up again maybe in the near future, maybe next year, who knows. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed getting to see me read it kind of in real time with my real reactions. I had a lot of fun filming it. And as always, we will see you in the next one. Oh, wait, no. I want to know down below, in the comments down below, have you read this series by Tricia Levenseller? Have you read Daughter of the Pirate King, or all three, or maybe just the first two? What were your thoughts? How would you compare them to the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise? And overall, what did you rate them? So, I hope you guys have had a fantastic time with this video and watching me in real time and my reactions to this book. I had a great time. I hope you had a great time. And as always, happy reading. We'll see you in the next one.